There's actually two types of airplane anxiety. The first is when you're afraid of being stuck somewhere. There's this idea that if I have a panic attack and I can't leave, then I won't be able to calm down. And so I avoid places where I might get stuck because I need to have access to my comfort zone in order to calm down from the panic attack. That's one form of airplane anxiety. The other form is where you don't want to be humiliated. You don't want to be in a situation where people are looking at you and judging you. And so the idea here is if I have a panic attack or a high anxiety moment, then I'm going to freak out. I'm going to call a lot of attention to myself, maybe make a scene, and then people are going to be, looking at me and judging me and stuff. And so these two types of anxiety are really touching upon the kind of the core fears relating to panic attacks. One core fear of panic attacks is that I'm basically not going to be safe, that the panic attack will physically hurt me in some way. The other core fear of panic attacks is that even though I know it won't hurt me physically, it feels like it's going to cause psychological damage to my reputation. It's going to be embarrassing or something like that. So between these two, somebody might have one or both, but essentially they're both basically circling around this concept that a panic attack is dangerous or a panic attack can hurt you. So the more clear you become about what a panic attack is, you can start to learn how to manage it better. So a panic attack is really just adrenaline. Now I say just adrenaline, I don't mean to make it seem like it's no big deal. I've had a lot of panic attacks. They feel very intense and very scary, but at the end of the day, they are literally adrenaline. Adrenaline is coursing through your system, making you feel really overstimulated, making you feel really on edge, and it feels uncomfortable, but it's safe. It's safe and it's temporary. This is sort of the lesson that you want to gather from this again and again and again, to notice every single time you've had it, you survived. It was actually safe the entire time. Adrenaline is ultimately just trying to keep you safe. So understanding the nature of adrenaline and how it works in the body can really help to clarify some of these fears. Moving from there, you want to start to work with the specific stories that you're telling yourself about what will happen. Number one being, if I get stuck in that situation, it's just going to last the whole flight and I'm going to be stuck in this situation. Again, that's not true. When you are having an adrenaline rush, there is a temporariness by its nature. You can't be at a 10 the entire time. The body doesn't have that much energy. So it will ultimately start to settle down. The other fear of humiliation or people judging you. This is not something that I can just give you a quick reframe to look through, but what you want to do is little by little to start to look at, like, why do I feel like people are judging me? Why do I feel like somebody in that situation would be mad at me? Or what is it about my past that's making me feel like I'm not allowed to look scared or not allowed to ask for help? There's all these different layers and layers of beliefs and assumptions that are kind of leading to this feeling that if I have an anxiety moment on a plane, I'm not safe or I'm going to be judged. And the good news is you can definitely overcome this. It just requires an awareness of the beliefs that are operating and starting to go through the beliefs one by one to just see it from a different perspective. Once you've worked on it on a cognitive level for a little while, then it's important to go into the body, right? It's not just a mental thing. It's also stuck energy. It's also associations that you've made. It's also just these the holding pattern in your nervous system. Your nervous system in general is overstimulated probably. So like destimulating the nervous system, that can also help. I don't want to make it sound too complicated, but the reason that a lot of people struggle with this for a long time is because they're just trying to do one little thing, or they're seeing it too narrowly. The truth is that anxiety is more of a system. It's a bunch of parts coming together to make an effect on your body. So working with the level of the mind at the different beliefs that are operating, working at the level of the body to release some of the pent-up emotions, also working at your environment or their relationships or aspects of your job that are constantly stressing you out and keeping you in a heightened state. All of these things come together. So that's why anxiety is not just this like quick fix thing. It's more of a looking at your whole life, looking at all the beliefs that you have and everything that's ever happened to you, and starting to realize that what you're really being asked to do here is go down a different life path. The anxiety recovery journey is really asking you to make fundamental transformations in how you see yourself, how you see others, your lifestyle, right? It's not this one little thing. It's a total transformation. It's worth it. On the other side is a lot more peace, a lot more connection and clarity. But it takes the willingness to see that what I'm currently doing isn't working. What I've been doing got me here. So some changes need to be made to go to that new level. If you have any questions about how to navigate all this, feel free to reach out. I try to answer all the messages that I get. But until then, best of luck.